Welcome back. You're listening to Barely Sober News and Reviews, where we talk about the latest buzz in movies and TV. I'm Chris Jokas.
And I'm George Pecoraro.
And today we'll be bringing you some of this week's breaking stories, all the while keeping it barely sober. So if you're at home listening to us on YouTube, join us. Crack open a drink, relax, and enjoy the show. What are we drinking today, George?
I'm drinking some
Let me guess, some red wine.
Of course, you know me. I'm on that wine kick. Can't kick it yet.
Oh my God. You can't use Game of Thrones as an excuse anymore either.
Hey, I have the books. Okay, I'm getting into reading them. So
they drink a lot of beer in Daredevil. I don't see you switching the beer.
No, they drink a lot of beer. They drink a lot of
They do. They're
liquor.
always at that Josie's bar.
Yeah, they're drinking. I don't know if they're drinking beer though. I always think they're drinking something else.
All right, well, I'm drinking some beer,
yeah,
and I'm drinking Boston Lager, Sam Adams.
Boston Lager, classic.
And I am back from Grenada. That's Grenada in the Caribbean, not Granada in Spain.
Ah. Because I was talking with John. I'm like, yo, where is Granada?
Oh my God.
And so I Googled it, and it came up Spain, man. So.
Yeah, well, you spelt it wrong.
It's in South America, you said?
It's in the Caribbean.
Where the...
How do you not know that? You were going to go visit your friend there. You were about to buy a plane ticket to Spain.
Okay, I always thought it was around there, and I wasn't sure. So when I looked it up and Spain came up, I was like, oh, wow, like I'm really off.
Yeah,
like,
your mind must have been blown.
Yeah, I was so blown. So I guess I got to look it up again and actually really know. I mean, I guess I was spelling it wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, you put an A instead of an E. It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Jesus. That's why I don't go to med school in Grenada.
All right, so we're going to get through some barely sober news. It's been a while since we've done this, so we're kind of behind on a couple stories, but we'll just narrow it down to a few here. A lot of things have been breaking. We got a big topic of the day. We're going to be talking Batman versus Superman is opening tonight at midnight. So,
tonight at midnight. Or is it it's kind of, I think some theaters are playing it already.
Yeah. I think it just opens to the mass tonight, But we'll probably go see that at some point this weekend. I'm hoping so.
I'm actually going to a friend's tomorrow night, and I think we're planning on seeing it Saturday afternoonish.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go see a matinee tomorrow.
I might try to do the same. Great. So let's get right into the news.
Weekend party.
Here's our first topic. New Indiana Jones has been announced. Harrison Ford is back on board.
Yeah, Indy.
And we got Steven Spielberg. So how do you feel about this? Because were you ever a fan of Indiana Jones?
Yes. My favorite is obviously with Last Crusade, with his Sean Connery.
Yeah.
So good. I was an intense fan where I knew everything about Indy, but I saw the Crystal Skull in the theater, and it was I didn't hate it like everyone else did, but obviously it definitely took a step down from the original 3 Indiana Jones movies.
See, I actually never even saw Crystal Skull because it just got such a bad rap. Yeah, I think I've seen the first 5 minutes of it. First of all, I wasn't a big fan of Shia LaBeouf at the time either, so I was kind of upset about that. He's grown on me recently. He was really good in that movie Fury, so kind of it spun a different perspective. But
yeah, here's the thing with Shia is that he kind of does have this attitude or thing about him that bothers people.
Yeah.
And I could see, because, I kind of, sometimes you hear the news about him, and it kind of yo, who is this arrogant piece of crap?
He's crazy. He's such an attention seeker.
Right. But sometimes, though, I think he's just, a guy just trying to perform his art, or kind of, just to be a good actor, and I think the media maybe miscues him and what he's trying to do. And, I don't think he's that bad of an actor either, and I think he enjoys acting and likes to get into the role, but...
yeah, like I said, he was freaking awesome in Fury. I didn't even see him as Shia LaBeouf. I just saw him as that character.
Yeah, I think the media kind of really he does probably some weird things, but I think the media really skews the vision of him.
Not seeing Crystal Skull. I don't know how his character leaves off, but do you think he's going to be in the new one? Do you think they're going to try to stray as far away from that one as possible?
I think so too. I think they should stray far away. But so at the end of this movie, it's kind of like he's I can't remember his name though in the movie, but he's Indiana Jones'
Isn't it
son.
Mutt? I don't know why I know this. I think his name is Mutt.
Mutt?
Is it Mutt? Mutt.
I'll look that up right now. But
I feel like I know that for some reason.
But he's like Indiana Jones' son from was it the original one?
Oh, really? I didn't even know that. It's supposed to be his son? So he'd have to be in the movie.
So Marin Ravenwood?
That's the chick from the first movie, right?
Right. She's in this one. And Shia is her son. Mutt.
What?
You're right. Mutt Williams.
Mutt? Who names their son Mutt?
I don't know.
So now they're stuck. Now they have to have him in the movie.
Yeah, I guess so. They could make something up. Who cares? As long as, like, I think they'll get away with it. Is they're like, hey, like, we're taking him out of this movie to make it even better, so.
Yeah, true. They could just say he's, like, off doing something else in a different country.
Right. So, classic Indiana Jones, his hat is blown off or whatever happens. He loses it, and Mutt picks it up, puts it on, like kind of insinuating he's the next Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah. You think they were going for that? Was that kind of like, were they hoping to hand the franchise off to Shia LaBeouf?
Maybe.
Because there's no way Shia LaBeouf could step into Harrison Ford's shoes.
No way. Absolutely not. Not even close. But Harrison Ford, when he puts a hat on, Harrison Ford grabs it and goes, "Not a chance, kid," and like, puts it back on.
I'm sure that's what the audience was thinking too.
Yeah, right. So yeah, they kind of like insinuate like, "Oh, like we're just effing around with you guys," but I don't really think they mean it.
Yeah. Okay.
And they already said that the only actor who ever played Indiana Jones is Harrison Ford. So
all right, good. I mean, do you think there's do you want to see this movie? I guess yes, right? Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I already seen Indiana Jones at its current lowest point.
Right, so it can only go up.
I think to go lower than the Crystal Skull is tough. It's got to be like, oh my god, like they're murdering Indiana Jones. They're raping him and murdering his dead corpse. It's
right, yeah. Like the South Park episode.
Yeah, like he's dead. The only thing they can do is either have sex with the corpse or bring him back to life.
So,
I think they're going to bring him back to life.
Yeah, because George Lucas had a big part to do with why the last movie was bad. So I don't know if I guess... Indiana Jones falls under the rights of Lucasfilm, right? And George Lucas sold Lucasfilm to Disney, so he probably won't be involved in this movie.
Yeah, let's hope. I mean, as much as George Lucas is a great mind, but I just don't think he's cut out really for that.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, though. Do you think, are people going to be lining up to go see this movie? I guess yes. I don't feel like I would.
No, I mean, will people lining up to go see the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? You think?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I mean, I think people were intrigued, like Indiana Jones is making a comeback, but I don't think they were lining up for that movie. And I mean, it wasn't even that great, but
I can't see it being a great movie. I guess is what I'm getting to. I feel like it might be okay.
It's tough to come back from, I guess, having 3 great movies, 1 terrible one.
Yeah.
I guess people really lose their faith when you have that one. It's like,
right.
I guess
you
in
have
Hollywood,
one bad movie, it really kills the franchise.
Right. I mean, I will see it. I'll see it opening weekend probably. I mean, I love Indy.
Jesus, he's like 80 years old. How old is this guy?
Dude, Harrison Ford's 74, I think, when we were talking about the new Star Wars.
So this is just getting announced.
73, I don't know.
By the time this is done filming and everything, and by the time this movie comes out, he's going to be close to 80. He's
right?
Gonna be pushing 80.
He's going to be like in a wheelchair and rolling around like caves. Like,
I feel like Harrison Ford's never going to...
Oh, no way, dude. He'll just get shot up with cortisone and other drugs and just be kicking, man. He'll be on like the green juice and steroids.
He'll be in Expendables 7.
He wasn't in the other Expendables, right?
I doubt it, because Harrison Ford is such a dickhead.
No, he wasn't in those, and I hope he's never in those.
Do you ever see like interviews with Harrison Ford?
Yeah, he's a crazy person.
He's so crazy. I love him. I
seen him on Conan O'Brien like a little over a year ago.
He's always stoned.
And yeah, right, yo, Conan O'Brien's like, what the hell is going on right now?
Yeah.
Harrison Ford was saying the craziest stuff.
He's always like that. Just like after this podcast, just YouTube Harrison Ford videos and just watch them. He's fucking
I'm gonna be up all night now.
They should just have him play himself in the new Indiana Jones movie. Just be a crazy old indie.
him and oh, what was that guy? What's that guy? Who got the head injury? Who's crazy Hollywood actor? Oh my god, why can't I think of his name? He was in like Tommy Boy. Shit. I'm so upset. I'm killing the flow of this right now. But yeah, like him and Gary Busey.
Oh,
should get together and make a movie.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy.
Yeah,
and just throw Mel Gibson in there too in the mix.
Oh my god, that would be. I would see that, no doubt.
Oh man,
it would be better than the Brothers Grimsby. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that later.
No, we're not. No, we will not get to that later.
No, because I want to bring it up later.
Oh my god!
All right, so Indiana Jones will be there. Maybe not on the first night, but we'll go see it. Hopefully Harrison Ford can make it through the filming process. And
right, you're just gonna see Harrison Ford,
and hopefully there's no
injured in
Mutt
the hospital.
Williams, no Mutt Williams.
He was trying to run away from a big ball in a cave.
All right, so have you?
Kalima? Okay, yeah. What?
Okay, this is some crazy shit. So, Hardcore Henry has been a movie that I've been kind of hearing about for a while. The trailer dropped like last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. Something we missed, but I think we both had a chance to watch it now.
Right.
And I really wanted to talk about this because this is just crazy. A movie's never been filmed entirely first person. It looks insanely action packed. Like
it looks like the whole movie's.
I doubt they're ever going to stop moving.
Right. For
the 2 hours that this movie airs, and it just looks like you're playing like Call of Duty or something.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was when I was watching the trailer. I'm like, I'm playing video. It's like a video game first person shooter.
Right.
Kind of thing.
So, what do you think you'll be able to sit there in a theater and watch that? I was
literally thinking that. I'm like, am I going to get motion sickness?
I think I will for sure. I can't even watch another person play video games for too long. I start to get like a little nauseous.
Because when you don't know, like when you ever drive in a car, you're the driver, and people are like saying that they feel sick when you're driving, and it's like, why? Like I've been driving normal. Because you know when you're braking, you know when you're turning, compared to the other people don't know.
Yeah,
like,
so their brain's getting all messed up.
Same thing, like you know when you're moving around in video games, you don't know when the other person is. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know when this character or the film is going to go left or right.
Yeah.
I can see myself in this chair with IMAX 3D, and I'm going to be like puking everywhere.
Yeah, I could see half the theater doing that. I could see people walking out of the theater because they can't hack it.
I mean, it looks like they put a lot of thought and originality in making the film and making their action scenes like through the eyes of the I don't know, one of the fighters.
It must have been a nightmare to film that.
Right? Like
I don't even know how. Would you have a GoPro camera strapped?
That's probably what it is, and they just do it over and over. Like today, we're just gonna shoot this one scene 100 times.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know, like, how... We'll have to wait till it comes out, but, like, how... Are they going to cut between scenes, or is it going to be one continual...
Is it the Blair Witch Project up in here?
You know what's funny about this trailer? My sister actually, like, had a part in approving it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I only found this out the other day. So they were sending her this trailer over and over again for months, but it kept being too bloody for TV... or too much nudity, or like profanity or whatever, and they kept having to send it back, and then they would recut a new trailer, send it to them, recut a new trailer, send it to them, and eventually, like, the only solution that they could come to was they had to darken the blood for the TV. So when you're watching the trailer on TV, you don't notice the blood as much. But when you see it in theaters, the blood will be more red and you'll see it more. So that was like the only solution they could come to even have a legitimate trailer for this movie.
So you're thinking this movie's just...
It's going to be hyper violent and hyper like R-rated. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like like hardcore porn, action, adrenaline pumping.
Yeah, for sure.
Thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to have my heart beating high and I'm going to be masturbating to this movie.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's crazy how do they depict like you can't play this on TV. You can't play it with the color like this, but you could play it with the color like that. Like
it's all about. I mean, I'm sure it's like I'm sure it's just a bunch of people sitting in a room like, watching this and going, with? "Hell no!" A bunch of like legal people and whatever. Like, I guess there's just a fine line where you're like, "This looks okay,"
Yeah. If we leave it this way, then we're probably going to get 1 million emails of people complaining. But if we play it this way, we're only going to get like 500,000. So we're going to go this way.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I think of.
Yeah.
They just don't want to be bought. Like, the movie's going to be the movie that's going to come out. It's just, they don't want people freaking out at them.
So I don't know, this is going to be an interesting experiment because I'm sure if this movie is successful, we're going to see like a ton of movies like this.
Well, Deadpool is rated R, crazy successful.
Yeah, but Deadpool isn't filmed first person.
Right. Oh, so you're saying that this first person thing is just going to catch on?
If it does, I don't think it is because I'm with you. I think that people are going to get sick. People are going to...
Well, what is that?
I feel like an older audience is going to be like, I don't want to see that. That looks too crazy.
But what about Cloverfield or Blair Witch? Like those were shot with a moving camera the whole way.
It's different though because this is meant to look like you're looking through someone's eyes, not through someone holding a video camera.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I could already some of the parts of the trailer made me a little bit like gave me a headache.
I think I would need. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this would be better in a movie theater or at home watching it on TV. I feel like I would need to be in a movie theater.
I feel like you definitely get a better experience in the theater.
Yeah.
But you're also in public with a bunch of people, and then you have one person throw up, and it starts a ripple effect, and then the whole theater smells like puke.
Right.
You could totally have theaters. If it really is a problem, they'll have theaters like banning the movie because everyone's throwing up in their theater.
I don't know if it'll get to that level, but it should be interesting to see.
Maybe we should just throw up in the theater and see how it happens.
Yeah.
We'll go to a theater we hate. And blah.
All right. Let's move on to another trailer that dropped in our downtime.
Downtime trailer drop.
So I didn't even know this was coming out. I hadn't even heard about this or anything, but this trailer cracked me up. I don't think I've laughed so hard at a trailer in a long time. But we're talking about Seth Rogen's Sausage Fest.
Yep. Dude, so great now. The movies, like, I guess, like, animated movies, like, they half are for adults, half are for children. Now, it's, like, they're making, like, anything they can for adults. Like, they realize, like, adults are, like where some of the money is and it grabs a lot of the attention.
We're just grown children, man.
Yeah, right. And it's great. Like this movie is obviously straight up for adults, and, like, they see, like, adults don't mind looking at, like, animated movies. And
I've always thought they should make, like, a funny animated, like, adult movie like that, you know?
Yeah, like, this is it. Like, you know, Seth Rogen was just high as hell talking with James Franco and all of them, and he's like, yo, like, we're eating carrots. And what are these carrots, like, freaking out because we're eating them?
You know what? We joke a lot, but without a doubt, I'm sure that's how they came up with this movie.
Oh my god, they were.
There's like no doubt in my mind.
I mean, I think I've never, I don't really smoke that like weed or whatever, but I think I've thought of this. But they're able to just really like elaborate. It was great. Like they were just high.
Well, that's like
they were.
That's the greatest part about that trailer too, is because it starts off. I'm not really sure what to expect. I see a bunch of like hot dogs wiggling around in a package, a bunch of like buns. I'm like, okay, there's a lot of sexual innuendo here right now. And I'm not really sure where the movie's going, if it's going to be some like weird like sexy like food porn thing. And then all of a sudden it just changes tone when they start skinning the potato alive over the sink.
Right.
And after
It's
that,
kind
it's
of
just like one thing after another.
Like here's the thing though. I bet this movie legitimately like it has a plot and it has a
It looks like
storyline,
a good plot. I'm into
right?
it.
But like the hot dog is cursing his head off
Yeah.
and like freaking
And
out.
how great is Seth Rogen as a fucking hot dog? Like,
Yeah, right?
I feel like he was born to play that role. It's gonna be like his lifetime role. He's gonna win an Oscar.
Whenever I eat a hot dog, I'm thinking
He's gonna
Seth
win an
Rogen.
Oscar
Like, don't eat me.
Mayorina.
Ah, don't grill me. Oh my god! But like the way they played it right, like the way they put the trailer together, like the first half of it is like you think like this is a new animated children's movie.
Yeah, like almost like Toy Story in the way it's like, oh, like toys come to life. Oh, food comes to life.
Yeah, and they
you're
shock you with the potato over the sink.
Like you start to sense it when the potato's like, "Oh, I'm chosen" or whatever he says,
Yeah.
and like then you're like, "Oh wait, I think I know where this is going."
But then you don't realize how intense
yeah.
it goes to the vulgarness
Oh
of
my
like
god! And
the
then
words.
the baby carrots that have me cracking
They're
up.
eating children. So it's great. I'm excited for this movie. I mean, I can't see when it's coming out.
I'm for sure getting so
August-
intoxicated.
August 12th, 2016.
Well, I'll be there.
So this August, you know, so many people are going to be blazing up in the theater watching
Oh
this
my
movie.
god! Yeah, there's gonna be a contact high in the movie theater.
Dude,
I
we
want
just
to
hotbox
take a
in the
trip to
theater.
Colorado just to see this movie.
Yeah, I would totally eat some edibles, go check out this movie, freak the F out,
Yeah.
eat a hot
Oh my
dog.
God.
Yeah, I want a hot dog now. This is crazy. There's a lot of good actors, like
I was
voice
just gonna say
actors.
so much talent in this movie too.
Nick Kroll is in this movie. Craig Robinson.
Right, Bill Hader's in it, right?
Yeah, dude, this is like all of
And Bill Hader does some of the best voice acting work.
Danny McBride.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Yeah, they always these guys together.
David Krumholtz too, dude. There's like actors who never really worked to each other. Kind of, I mean, I guess it's different with animated, but
Yeah, well, even
Rudd.
like Seth Rogen's like dumber movies, I still enjoy. I really
Right.
think he kind of hits it every time.
I wonder what. Okay, so we already know like the plot, but I wonder how it goes from there. Is he just trying to get back to the supermarket through the whole thing?
Well, I don't know. There's like that Saving Private Ryan scene at one point, right? It's like the cup of noodles or something. It's
Oh
like
my god, that's hilarious!
pulling his
I
like
forgot
intestines
about
back, and the Oreo walks over and picks up his other side. Yeah,
Oh my God,
this
I
is
forgot
so
about
amazing.
I forgot about
So
that scene.
who knows? I mean, it looks like one of those typical like maybe the hot dog ends up surviving, and I'm sure the hot dog and the bun are gonna get separated, and he's gonna be trying to find her and save her or something before.
Yeah, I'm sure it's hot dogs and buns.
Who's playing the bun? Kristen Wiig?
I looked away.
I think it's Kristen Wiig. But yeah, I cannot see this being bad. That trailer seriously had me giggling in my seat.
Is Brenda, I guess the bun? Kristen Wiig, yeah.
Yeah.
Sammy Bagel Jr. and
Yeah.
Teresa Taco starring in a role with Baby Carrot and Twinks. I'm assuming it's a Twinkie.
Imagine how much fun they must have had making this
Yeah, oh
movie.
my God.
Just sitting around in a studio voice acting like I'm a fucking hot dog right now.
If I was a hot dog, how would I sound?
Apparently exactly like Seth Rogen sounds just on a daily basis.
Dude, he just doesn't even need to change anything about his voice, just to say the lines.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah. So let's shift over now.
Yeah, let's get into the real deal here.
George, start it off. All right,
Let's get into we're at the beginning of the opening weekend for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
This movie was announced in 2013, I believe.
Man.
Maybe was it earlier? God, I don't know, but
It's probably around then, give or take a couple months, but You're right. 3 years ago?
There's been so much talk, so much anticipation. They've had so much time to get this right. And we haven't seen the movie yet, but it's got a lower rating on Rotten Tomatoes than The Brothers Grimsby, which is why I was going to bring that up earlier.
Oh my god, lower rating than The Brothers. I wanted to walk out of The Brothers Grimsby, but I didn't because I wanted to give it a full review. But I wish I walked out. And if it's worse, I mean, do you think it's so early though? Do you think it has a worse rating because all the people who are haters?
Let me tell you what I've heard, and it's exactly what I feared for this movie. I actually never really thought this movie was going to be great. I thought it would be okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of keeping my standards low with this movie.
Yeah, I never thought it would be great. I thought it would be okay. And a couple reasons for that. Some of the trailers made me really nervous, and what people are saying is that what you saw in the trailers that made you nervous is exactly what's wrong with the movie. Like, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor is just weird and annoying. I keep hearing that. And I
could see that, yeah. I mean, I kind of always thought that with him as Lex Luthor.
Me too. I'm totally not a fan of his portrayal of him, just from the trailer. And I was hoping that maybe in the movie you'd get to see more of him and it would really grow on you. But at least first impressions of people, some critics out there, they're not feeling it. It just didn't work for them. Mm-hmm. The other problem is, that whole thing where Doomsday shows up and it's like,
yeah,
Wonder Woman saves the day. Like, that literally is the scene. Like,
that's it? And the movie ends or something? Is that like the end of the movie? That's
not how the movie ends, but people are, if you were expecting to see, like, some more surprises or this and that, like, that's kind of like, they already kind of ruined that in the trailer. And there is just like a big like explosion fest at the end with him. So it's like, damn, like this movie got kind of spoiled from that one trailer.
Here's what I've heard. I've heard that the movie's boring. Now, how can a movie be boring when the whole trailer is just action? You know what I mean?
Well, because sometimes when you have so much action and you can't get invested in it, your mind starts to... I've heard this movie is beautiful to look at, and Zack Snyder kind of always does that, like with 300 and Watchmen. Like, those movies look awesome. But if it's just nothing but action sequence after action sequence, and you're just like...
How can a superhero movie when some of the people's two favorite superheroes are fighting each other, like either you're on Batman's side or on Superman's side, it's like a known thing that you either like one or you like the other one, but the movie is boring. This is like the first time that these two have gone up each other on the silver screen.
Well, I know we didn't want to kind of directly compare it to Civil War, that was just coming out, but let me just do it for a second, because we've been watching all the characters from Civil War for like so many years now. So we know Captain America, we know Iron Man, and to see them go against each other with all their friends and this and that, like, that's going to have an emotional impact no matter what. With Batman and Superman, we know them as characters, but in this DC cinematic universe, we don't really know them. So is there any weight to it, or is it just two guys fighting each other? I'm sure it's going to be cool. I'm sure it's going to be fun.
I know you're right. It's like kind of like two actors playing characters that we don't really know that well, but like when you really think about it, okay, there was already Man vs. Steel. Which kind of get the backstory of this new Superman.
Steel. How much wine are you drinking over there?
What?
You just called it Man vs. Steel.
Man of Steel?
Yeah.
I'm so drawn to calling Batman vs. Superman.
I want to see that movie, Man vs. Steel.
Right? That's a documentary. But anyway, so Man of Steel. And like that was like, I like Man of Steel. It was good. It wasn't like the best, but it like gives a good story of Superman, and then Superman isn't really even my favorite. Like not even in my like top 5.
I like it too, but Man of Steel is kind of boring at the same time.
Yeah, it was. You're right. It wasn't. But also, I could like Batman Begins though. I thought it could be considered boring, but I like that backstory.
Yeah, I guess Batman just has a cooler backstory.
But here's the thing, like, okay, so we have a little bit backstory, with Superman. We've seen so much Batman. We know his story. Do we need another story with him?
I'll tell you what.
Before this movie comes out,
everyone's in agreement that the best part of this movie by far is all the Batman scenes.
Oh yeah,
which doesn't surprise me.
I mean, no kidding, it's Batman. So,
and I was never worried about Ben Affleck playing Batman.
I definitely was.
I know you were. I know most people were. But I remember hearing that news and seeing everyone freaking the fuck out, and I was thinking, why? Ben Affleck would be great. He looks like Batman. Like I could picture it, and he's a good actor.
Right. And here's the thing: I had originally, because every time I see Ben Affleck in a role, I don't see the character he's playing. I always see Ben Affleck.
That's what I always hear.
But the thing is, like, I was extremely skeptical, but I'm kind of hopping on the bandwagon. Like, I'm kind of liking. The more I see it, the more I can see Batman.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, Batman, Bruce Wayne. Like, I can. It's kind of clicking a little bit, and that's not my main concern anymore as Ben Affleck playing Batman. It's kind of like my main concern is DC just dropping the ball on these string of movies that's coming
I'm just
out.
worried like this movie is going to be long and all over the place and that the payoff is not going to be as good as it should be.
They should have just watched all Marvel movies and just copied it with their own characters.
I don't know what they're thinking. I think that they're trying, and again, like we haven't seen it, so I might go see it tomorrow and be like, this movie is awesome. What the fuck was I talking about yesterday?
Right.
But like,
at least we're setting our standards low for right now.
That's good, yeah. But like my impression is that this movie is Batman v Superman, and then it has like a subtitle, Dawn of Justice. It's like, get rid of Dawn of Justice, make this movie about Batman versus Superman, and have a tight, strong story just about these two guys, why they go at each other, and then coming together at the end. Like, adding in the whole Dawn of Justice thing, I don't know. Like, why does Wonder Woman need to be in this? Why does Aquaman
I feel like they
Flash
insinuate other superheroes in the Justice League. That they're just straight Batman v Superman, and maybe come out with teasers later on with Wonder Woman and other things. Like, I get they want to set. I think they're trying to set up Wonder Woman's movie that's coming out. Maybe the Flash's movie.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're playing catch up to Marvel because Marvel is like a decade ahead of them.
They can't try to chase after Marvel. They got to go at their own pace. And here's something that I'm kind of concerned about. Is Marvel kind of like has a distinct setting to their movies. Kind of like 3 character movies, kind of like 3 Iron Mans, 3 Captain Americas, 3 probably 3 Guardians of the Galaxy will come out, and they have 3 Avengers movies
and 3 Thor.
3 Thor, right? I really hope DC does not copy that script, kind of going 3, like each one's gonna get these certain amount of movies, and then we're gonna bring it together for a certain amount of movies. I think DC at its best is Justice League, and I feel like
Batman.
Yes, Batman.
Like, he should be the only one with solo movies,
right? Like maybe once in a while have like a Wonder Woman movie.
I'm totally with that, man. I do not care about a Wonder Woman, a Green Lantern.
Yeah. Like,
I don't give a shit. I want to see them together.
Yeah, I don't need a side. At least I don't need 3 side Green Lantern movies. Maybe if people are really drawn to his character, maybe they make one like Green Lantern movie and reboot him, see how it goes. But I think some of like my favorite stories of DC are just all of them together. Yeah. Like fighting. Like they should just make just Justice League movies, just a bunch, like 10 Justice League movies. I think it would be fantastic.
I know. That's actually a good point. Just back-to-back Justice League movies. Right? I feel like that would be...
There's so many good stories. Like, I'm watching some of the cartoons and catching up on some of the Justice League, that's like the comics that's going on. And there's so many good stories. Like, each of them kind of, like, bring in kind of, like, their own depiction of, like, the Justice League. And, like, each of them, like, they kind of, like, work together really well.
Yeah, the Justice... And you know about, like, DC? kind of just this is like a generalization, but I feel like they have smarter stories, like more sophisticated stories than Marvel.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to see. I want to go to DC movies and see a really like mind-blowing plot twist, like interesting story. When Marvel's more like face value, like, oh, there's a bad guy, let's all go together and fight him.
Right.
But
Here's
I'm not sure if we're going to get that.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm watching some of the Justice League cartoons, and each one like here's the thing, they kind of like they really are like they like a band of like brothers that kind of like stay together and like fight with each other and are always by each other's side, kind of, and like whatever, like there's times when Superman is kind of like fighting his own battle on his own, and Superman doesn't want the Justice League to join him. But the Justice League does anyway. Same thing with Green Lantern. Green Lantern goes through the same thing where he's trying to keep the Justice League out of his business, but the Justice League still butts in because they're kind of like together and everything. And there's also so many good parts where they're like backing each other up, and there's times when one's at its weakest and the other's like it's I don't know. I feel like the Justice League. Like, DC is at its best with the Justice League together.
Yeah,
they shouldn't really.
I see what you're saying. They make like a really interesting team because they're so different.
Right. Especially because here's the thing also, Batman isn't fully a part of the Justice League, too. But he's always around the Justice League. You know, I mean.
All right. What about this?
Wait, hold on.
Go
Real
ahead.
quick. So Batman's not really fully in the Justice League. He could have his side movies, and then once in a while have the Justice League have its own movies too.
And even in some of Batman's side movies, maybe like Green Lantern could like make a brief like cameo for like a part of the movie. You know, maybe like Batman's like doing something, but he needs like to bring in the big guns for like one point. I'd be totally cool with that. I feel what you're saying. I really don't want DC to be wasting time with like a Green Arrow movie and a Green Lantern movie and a Flash movie. I don't care.
As much as I love the Flash,
I like them together.
Right. I don't need 3 Flash movies.
Yeah.
I think there's so many. I mean, I don't want to like pick apart storylines of DC and DC Comics or the cartoons that I watched, but. There's like so many movies they could make just as Justice League, and I think that's better to keep them together.
Maybe Marvel, like it's like this kind of the same with Marvel, I guess. Like, do you really want to see an Ant-Man 2? I know they're making one, but do you really want to see that? Maybe it's just cooler to see Ant-Man pop in every once in a while with the Avengers. You know?
Here's the thing: we have the Daredevil that's on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
You know, they could go along with that storyline and just have Daredevil pop in with the Avengers if that's a thing. You know, exactly. Like, we don't need Jessica Jones movie or another Ant-Man, or I mean, like they haven't even came out with the second Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, it's on its way. They're filming that right now.
Yeah, it's on its way, but I mean, are the Guardians of the Galaxy going to make an appearance in Avengers?
Yeah, they will be in Avengers 3, Infinity War.
So they'll be in Avengers 3, which will probably come out after Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Mm-hmm. I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
But then they're going to make... I mean, is that going to be the last Avengers movie, you think? Or they're going to continue?
I guess that's the big mystery. What's going to happen after that? Because that's kind of like the end game.
Right? Because this is going to be the third... Like, okay, they're not making another Iron Man. After this Captain America Civil War, they're not making another one of those. Well,
they're splitting Avengers Infinity War into Part 1 and Part 2. So those are 2 movies right off the bat.
So there's
after Part 2 happens, what then? You know? What's
because
after that?
Are they going to pump out 2 more Ant-Mans before then? You know what I mean?
No, that's not on their slate. They have Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man and the Wasp is what they're calling Ant-Man 2.
What about Spider-Man 2?
They have Doctor Strange. Well, yeah, that's right. Spider-Man movies are coming out. They got Doctor Strange coming out. They have the Inhumans coming out. They have Black Panther's getting his own movie. So they're shifting away. Thor 3 is happening too, obviously. Mm-hmm. But it seems like they're shifting away from like Iron Man and Captain America a little, and kind of moving into these new characters.
Dude, real quick though, are they having any of the X-Men in any of these Marvel movies?
Well, no,
Deadpool.
because
What about Deadpool?
no, it's still all owned by Fox. A separate
Right.
studio, separate universes at this point.
Yeah, so like, I guess it is just for at least for going back to DC is like, do we need an Aquaman movie?
Fuck no, but
Yeah.
maybe we do. We haven't seen Batman v Superman yet. Maybe Aquaman's gonna steal the show.
Yeah, I think we would have heard it on. I mean, the movie just coming out like tonight. We probably
Right. You know who's playing Aquaman though? It's freaking Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Here's the thing: he could be in the Justice League. He could. I mean, the cartoons that I've watched, he's not in it, so I don't know his role a lot with the Justice League. But as far as I know, like kind of like he can make an impact, but that doesn't mean he needs a couple movies.
He talks to fish, man. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen in these movies? He's just gonna be swimming
he's gonna
around.
Get some great whites attacking.
Yeah. Oh, there's a big whale.
Lex or like all the other people.
But really, he's like saving the environment. It's like, oh, there's a fishing boat. My friend,
You guys,
bottlenose dolphin got caught in the net.
You guys stay out in the space in your
like-
Justice League space station. I gotta worry about the ocean.
Justice League like saving the planet from like intergalactic warfare, and
Right,
like
like-
Aquaman's like saving fish from like some fisherman's net. But
Don't kill the whales. Yo, screw the whales,
They're,
Aquaman.
like,
We
calling
gotta worry.
Aquaman in,
An
yeah.
alien invasion is coming.
Aquaman's like, hold on, this sea turtle got its foot caught in a rock.
These damn soda 6-pack holders. Gotta cut these. So the ducks don't get trapped in them.
Yeah, I think Aquaman's a lot more badass than I'm making him out to be, but that's just my impression.
Yeah, or just because it's kind of like he's not really. He's a person in the water. Like, how often do you see fights in water? You know, it's just
it seems like a awkward movie to make. I agree. But how about this? I was going to say this before we got off track. This will never happen, but it's kind of fun to speculate. So they've done this in the comic books a couple times where they cross over the DC and the Marvel universe, like some interdimensionary thing happens and they end up all fighting each other. Can you imagine a movie like that? I think the DC team would crush Marvel. Justice League would dominate the Avengers. Doubt. Right? Avengers don't have a chance.
Avengers are like they're at their second movie and they're still at child's play.
Who's the leader of Justice League? Superman. Who's the leader of Avengers? Captain America. Like Superman would punch his head off.
Yeah.
like they wouldn't even stand a chance. It's ridiculous
like
how
the movies
overpowered.
Are cool. Like the Marvel movies are cool, but their strength, like in their world, in their universe.
It's not just the movies. It's everything. The cartoons, the comics, like they're just not as strong as the DC characters. There's no way.
I feel like the DC characters are cooler and they're more fun to watch. It's just they're kind of messing with.
I'm a huge Batman fan. Mm-hmm. He's probably my favorite superhero, but overall, I'm more Marvel. We've gone over this before, but I feel like you can relate with Marvel more.
Yeah, you can relate with Marvel more. Like
I love Batman, and I like Superman too, just not as much. But
I mean, I am interested in DC because of like. I think it is so powerful, and they can't be like stopped. And their characters are so interesting, at least from the cartoons that I watch. Like Hawkgirl too, I think is great.
Well, I'll tell you what, like DC definitely has like better. DC has better cartoons, without a doubt. I think they have obviously that old Batman animated series is still like fun to watch. Their Superman cartoons were fun. Their Justice League cartoons are awesome, and then all their animated movies that are out, like Under the Red Hood, Dark Knight Rises. Those are all great. So, or Dark Knight Returns, I mean, those are all awesome. So yeah, they totally Marvel's got nothing. I've watched a couple of Marvel things, and they're terrible. I hate the Marvel cartoons. Besides X-Men, that shit's the bomb.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it.
And like the 90s Spider-Man is pretty good too. I like that.
Spider-Man is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Everyone likes Spider-Man. He's a good character.
Overall, I think Civil War is going to
kick BBC, BVS ass.
I think so. I think it's not going to be as like visually spectacular. It's going to be more grounded and subtle and whatever, but I think it's going to be a better movie.
Yeah, I think it's going to like really attack your mind and heart.
Yeah.
In Civil War.
Here's like a better question though. I think it's going to be a better movie, but it's probably not going to do as well in the box office. I feel like more people are going to pay money to go see Batman v Superman.
I mean, we haven't even seen it. I mean, we're definitely going to go see Batman v Superman.
But like, let me like your
already
mom.
People are saying that it stinks.
I know, but like, let's just say like your mom, right? I'm not saying your mom would go to the movie theater and see it, but your mom knows who Batman and Superman is. Like, does your mom know who like Black Panther and Ant-Man and right? You know what I mean? So like the common person knows Batman versus Superman. If they go to the movie theater on a Friday night, they might be like, "Hey, let me check this out."
Right, but. Also, though, but anyone who's been keeping up with anything in movies or entertainment, they know how well every Marvel movie is doing. Like,
there's also a bit of fatigue, though.
I feel like people who aren't even fans of comics or superheroes or even sci-fi in general still will go see Civil War because Marvel's just doing so well. But when a person who's on the border with any sci-fi or anything, and they hear that this movie's not that great, even on opening night, they're not gonna. Why would we see it? I've already talked to a couple people, and they're like, "Yeah, like I want to see the movie, but I just don't think it's worth going to the theater to see it." You know.
Well, I'm gonna put my money down on Batman v Superman doing better in the box office, but being a worse movie.
Oh yeah. I'm going to go just Civil War takes it all.
Takes it all?
Just takes it all, and the social media is just going to be going wild.
And I think before we end
Civil War.
Before we end tonight, I think we owe a big apology to Drew McWeenieface.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember what episode that was. But
what's his real name?
It's Drew McWeenie. It's the same thing
Drew
without the face on the end.
Drew McWeenie, you are right. You're the man. You know your stuff.
Respect. Yeah, we're sorry.
Power to the people. We're below you, and we'll learn from you.
Yes, absolutely. All right, well, I'm Chris Jokas, and you can find me on Instagram at Chris Jokas. George?
I'm George Pecoraro. You can find me on Instagram at PeckGeorge. Also on Twitter at Georgie Peck. Also, please like and subscribe to Barely Sober News and Reviews.
Hell yeah.
Soon.
And if you're listening to this, comment below. Let us know what you think. If you saw Batman vs. Superman and you loved it and you think we're assholes, tell us. Fucking light it up. Spark some fan wars down there. Let's get some Marvel vs. DC flame wars going.
Flame on, baby.
All right. So, George, finish your drink and go to bed.
Oh, I have finished my drink.
I'm telling you specifically.
Peace.